Every single day, most shoppers walk right past these foods without a second glance, completely unaware of their real value. But there's a small group of people, preppers, who are quietly clearing them from the shelves. They see the writing on the wall: fragile supply chains, wild weather, and prices that just keep climbing. While everyone else is grabbing the usual stuff, this quiet minority is building a food fortress, one overlooked item at a time. Today we're pulling back the curtain on the 10 supermarket foods that preppers are stockpiling for when the shelves go bare. And number 1? It's an everyday item you would never ever guess is a survival powerhouse. So you're going to want to stick around for that. Let's be clear, this isn't about being scared. It's about being smart. It's about taking responsibility for yourself and your family. We live in a world where a single storm, a political decision, or a distant conflict can break our just-in-time delivery system. In that world, having a well-stocked pantry is one of the smartest moves you can make. And it's not just for some doomsday scenario, it's for a job loss, a sudden illness, or even just to fight back against the brutal inflation that makes every grocery trip more expensive than the last. The goal here is self-reliance. It's peace of mind. And it all starts in the aisles of your local supermarket, just by knowing what to look for. So, let's get into the list, counting down from 10 to 1. We're starting with something most people haven't bought since they were kids: powdered milk. For a prepper, this is liquid gold. Fresh milk is one of the first things to vanish in an emergency, and it only lasts a few days anyway. Non-fat powdered milk, on the other hand, can last for many years when stored in a cool, dark place. In special long-term packaging, that shelf life can even stretch up to 20 years. And nutritionally, it's a powerhouse, packed with calcium, protein, and often fortified with vitamins A and D, nutrients that are hard to come by when your diet is limited. The real magic, though, is its versatility. You can mix it with water to drink, pour it on cereal to keep things feeling normal for the kids, or use it in cooking and baking. You can even make simple cheeses or yogurt. It's lightweight, doesn't take up much space, and offers both calories and comfort. While others are staring at empty dairy cases, you'll have milk for weeks, months, or even years. Everyone knows peanut butter is a prepper classic. It's dense with calories and protein. But the really smart preppers are switching to its lighter, longer-lasting cousin, peanut butter powder. So why does this get its own spot on the list? Well, regular peanut butter has oils that will eventually go rancid, usually within a couple of years. Peanut butter powder is made by pressing out most of those oils, which dramatically extends its shelf life. Unopened, it can last for a decade or even longer, making it a much better choice for a true long-term pantry. Its uses are endless. Just add water and you've got peanut butter ready to go. You can control the thickness, making a spread for crackers or a thin sauce for noodles. Or you can just toss the powder into smoothies, oatmeal, or baked goods for a serious protein and calorie boost. It's lighter to carry in a bug-out bag and gives you the same comfort and nutrition as the original, but with a shelf life that's built to last. Take a walk down the canned food aisle. You'll see walls of tuna. But savvy preppers look right past it and grab the heartier options. We're talking canned chicken, roast beef, corned beef, and yes, even Spam. Why? It comes down to two things: calorie density and morale. Tuna is great, but a can of roast beef or corned beef hash feels like a real meal. It can be heated up and eaten on its own, giving you a hot, savory dish that can seriously lift your spirits when everything else is going sideways. These meats are loaded with the protein you need to maintain strength and energy in a crisis. A can of chicken breast can go into dozens of dishes, soups, stews, or just mixed with rice. Corned beef can be fried with potatoes for a fantastic filling breakfast. They're ready to eat, don't need a fridge, and while they're safest to eat within 2 to 5 years for the best taste and nutrition, an undamaged can remains safe for much longer. In a long-term situation, flavor fatigue is a real issue. A variety of hearty meats breaks up the monotony and provides the kind of satisfying meal that makes a bad day feel a whole lot better. Rice and beans are the classic prepper duo, but lentils and split peas have a secret weapon: speed. Most dried beans need to be soaked for hours and then cooked for another hour or more, burning through precious fuel and water. Lentils and split peas? They cook up in as little as 15 to 20 minutes, no soaking required. In a grid-down scenario, that is a game changer. Nutritionally, they're absolute powerhouses, loaded with protein, fiber, and complex carbs. They are dirt cheap and can be bought in bulk, making them one of the most cost-effective ways to stockpile protein. They're also surprisingly versatile. You can make soups, stews, or even a meatless chili with a texture that's shockingly close to ground beef. While everyone else is focused on pinto beans, preppers who value efficiency are stocking up on these fast-cooking legumes. Fat is flavor. It's also a concentrated source of calories. But most fats, like butter and cooking oil, go rancid pretty quickly. And that's where ghee comes in. Ghee is simply butter that has had the milk solids and water simmered out. This simple process makes it incredibly shelf-stable. A sealed container of pure ghee can last for years in a cool, dark place without any refrigeration. It also has a high smoke point, so it's perfect for frying and cooking. But more importantly, it adds a rich, buttery flavor that can turn a bland meal of rice and beans into something you actually want to eat. A little bit goes a long way. In a crisis, having a stable, delicious, and calorie-dense fat like ghee is a game changer for both your physical and mental well-being. All right, we're halfway through, and we're getting to the really good stuff now. If you're finding this useful and want to feel more prepared for whatever life throws at you, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We put out videos just like this to help you become more self-reliant, and we'd love for you to be part of the community. Now, let's get back to the list. This is one of nature's true miracle foods and a cornerstone of any serious prepper's pantry. The biggest reason? Its legendary shelf life. Properly stored raw honey will literally never spoil. I'm serious. They've found edible honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are thousands of years old. It might crystallize over time, but gently warming it up will turn it right back into liquid. But its value goes way beyond just being a sweetener. Raw honey has natural antibacterial properties, meaning you can use it on minor cuts and burns to help prevent infection. A huge plus when a doctor might not be an option. It's also a fantastic source of natural energy for a quick calorie boost. And of course, it's a huge morale booster. A spoonful can soothe a sore throat, sweeten your tea, or make a boring bowl of oatmeal feel like a genuine treat. It's a multi-purpose survival tool that most people overlook as a simple condiment. Okay, this next one sounds almost too simple. But you would be shocked at how many people forget to stockpile the single most important mineral for survival: salt. Your body literally cannot function without it. Salt is critical for regulating fluids and nerve function. If you're in a situation where you're working harder and sweating more, you have to replace that lost salt to stay healthy and hydrated. But its uses go far beyond that. Salt is one of the oldest food preservatives known to man. You can use it to cure meat and fish, keeping them safe to eat for the long term without refrigeration. And of course, it makes everything taste better, which is crucial for fighting off food fatigue when you're eating the same things day after day. Pure salt will last forever if you keep it dry. It's incredibly cheap and takes up almost no space. For what it costs, nothing else provides a bigger survival advantage. This one isn't about calories. It's about sanity. When a crisis hits, your entire world gets turned upside down. Being able to perform a simple, comforting daily ritual, like having a hot cup of coffee or tea in the morning, is an incredibly powerful way to maintain a sense of normalcy and keep your head straight. Let's be honest. For a lot of us, caffeine is a non-negotiable. A splitting caffeine withdrawal headache is the absolute last thing you want to deal with when you're trying to manage a serious situation. Instant coffee and tea have a very long shelf life, are lightweight, and just need hot water. It may seem like a small comfort, but these little things add up. They give you a moment of peace, a familiar taste, and the psychological boost you need to face the day's challenges. Preppers know that survival is just as much about the mind as it is about the body. I know what you're thinking. Wait, you already said ghee. And you're right, but it's on this list twice because it is just that important, and it serves two totally different purposes. The first time, we talked about it as a cooking fat. This time, we're talking about it as a pure, standalone source of calories. In a situation where food is scarce, fat is your best friend. A single tablespoon of ghee has over 100 calories of pure, shelf-stable energy. This is critical for keeping your weight up and maintaining strength when your meals are lean. Many preppers are quietly stocking extra jars of ghee, not just for cooking, but to stir directly into rice, beans, or oatmeal to drastically crank up the calorie count. It's how you turn a 300-calorie meal into a 500-calorie one with just a couple of spoonfuls. This dual-use strategy, as both a cooking staple and a calorie multiplier, is why so many are doubling down on it. And here it is. The #1 supermarket food preppers are quietly stockpiling. It's not a grain, it's not a protein, it's the humble bouillon cube. Why? Because it is the ultimate morale and flavor multiplier, and it weighs next to nothing. Think about it. In a long-term scenario, you'll be eating a lot of bland food. Rice, beans, pasta, over and over. Bouillon completely transforms those meals. Dissolving a single cube in the water you use to cook rice or pasta infuses the entire dish with a rich, savory flavor that feels like a luxury. Beyond flavor, it's a hydration tool. A warm cup of broth is incredibly comforting and helps replenish the salt and electrolytes you lose from sweating. This is exactly why bouillon is a staple in military rations. You can make a nourishing soup from wild greens and a single bouillon cube. You can use the powder as a dry rub to season any game you might catch. They're cheap, take up almost no space, and have a shelf life of many years. No other item can do more to improve the taste and comfort of a survival diet for its size and cost. This is the ultimate prepper's secret weapon, hiding in plain sight. So that's the list. 10 ordinary items from the supermarket that are absolute gold for anyone looking to be more prepared. From the long-term stability of powdered milk and ghee to the incredible morale boost of a simple bouillon cube, these are the foods that provide security, nutrition, and comfort. True preparedness isn't about a frantic last-minute shopping spree. It's about making smart, small choices over time. You don't have to buy all this at once. Just start small. The next time you're at the store, pick up an extra container of salt or a box of bouillon. The time after that, grab a can of chicken and a bag of lentils. Building your food security is a journey. Every single step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to true peace of mind. You're taking control, and in an uncertain world, that is a powerful feeling. What did you think of our list? What are some of the overlooked items you're quietly stockpiling? Let us know down in the comments. This community is at its best when we all share what we know. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning how to be more self-reliant, give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, and stay prepared.